folks. Before we go on, I just want to check on some sports stats, keep myself sharp here on the sports, and I'll use my computer and just go in here and I'm going to check. Okay.
Bang. What up? Too Much Dip Thursday live stream. We need like a formal name for this, but like kickoff or like tailgate or whatever sounds too generic.
Yeah, I suppose so. What's up, guys? How you doing?
You know what I'm doing, Dylan. Just cooking up that good shit. With me, everybody eats. Cooking up jalapeno stuffed chicken breast with pizza and chocolate milk and bread. Providing is a must when you run a kingdom.
He's not. Show me the lie. I'm just saying.
Hold on. Let me stop this. Go ahead.
Big.
That man pumps out content like nobody's business. It is just
he's on a real big like everybody eats kick right now. Like today,
it's
like,
a weird bit.
Whole squad got to eat, dude.
Yeah, he's feeding everybody. Apparently.
When you're riding with Cole, everybody eats. Man,
Well,
what a
like-
treat, though.
The thing is, you got to keep your young wolves fed. Otherwise, they'll turn on you. That's kind of how it goes in that business.
Wow.
I just imagine him doing the Taco Charlton sack dance, just like handing out the tacos one by one. You get some tent. You get some tent. Blessings, fam. Blessings, fam.
I've never had pizza in front of me and thought, I need some bread to go along with this pizza.
What about chocolate milk? Is that something you like with your pepperoni?
Same page there. I don't crave those two together.
So where do you stand on the half pizza, half breadsticks situation that's coming out of Detroit's Little Caesars?
Ooh,
I don't need
great
it.
question.
Pizza's good. Pizza's good enough for me.
Yeah.
What a take. Dude, take-opocalypse.
Some might say it's Bay, huh?
It's a take-quake.
Many people have said that.
Micah, I don't want to go too far into this, but are you familiar with Kelly Loeffler?
Yes. To make the sports analogy or the sports reference, she is the owner of the WNBA's Atlanta Dream.
Well, she has retweeted Lil Wayne's tweet of him with our current president, and she said, "Some would say at real Donald Trump's support has no ceilings."
That is a very topical reference. Well
reference,
done,
of
Kelly.
course, to the world, to his premiere mixtape from years past.
Damn.
OJ's not a fan.
Oh man, what's up, man? So everybody eat dinner? Dylan, you haven't eaten.
No, I'm meeting up with a couple of the lads after this. I'm gonna eat out somewhere on South Lamar.
That's awesome, man. I one day I'd love to get invited to such an event, but I guess I'll just fuck right off in South Austin.
We talked about it in the studio today, David. You were present.
No one's texted me since. So, Micah, what about you? What's for dinner?
Well, as someone who lives on South Lamar, I'm eagerly awaiting Dylan's call. No, today is breakfast for dinner. It is day 29 of Whole 30. So there's nothing. I'm no fun. I'm not leaving the house, even if Dylan invited me.
Yeah, the place we're going to is not Whole 30 compliant. So
nowhere is really, to be fair, except for my house. I am having some venison sausage for dinner though, with some eggs. Shouts to breakfast for dinner gang.
Okay.
Damn.
all the protein tonight for you.
Make sure you lock your doors.
Big, goddamn.
If Dylan's going to be on South Lamar and you're going to be cooking sausage, keep those doors locked. That's all I'm saying.
David. Come on, dude.
Yeah, that's right. I guess my phone's broken.
I mean, I'll be there by dessert.
That's how it feels.
I'll get there by dessert.
You're invited, Dave. We'll love you to come by.
That makes one of us.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure, man. I'll probably stop by for a drink. Hey, follow Too Much Dip on Twitter, please. Everybody, if you haven't done it yet, that's weird. That's Too Much Dip with 2 P's on Twitter. Also, Too Much Dip Podcast on IG. That's Instagram. Yeah, Too Much Dip Podcast on Instagram. I clearly just ate as I'm like sitting here, like trying to not burp on camera. Um,
What did you have? Share with the class.
Sunbasket. Don't have that sponsorship for this one yet, but we might one day. It was really good. It was like some kind of chicken Mexican rice deal. Fantastic. By the way, we do this
where you hold your ankles and tan, right?
No, that's no. That's something very different.
Okay.
What is that called?
I can't remember. It's not sun in your basket, I guess.
It's where you just take the vitamin D, straight to the bunghole.
Okay.
Before we get started, some people in the comments were asking for somebody to do an Alex Jones impression. I think it might have been KJ.
No idea what you're talking about there. He may make an appearance on Monday.
You know, it's one of the better ones I've ever heard.
Yeah, he may have some pre-election suggestions for the people to look out for on Monday. It's not live stream material.
Okay. We do this on Monday too in studio. We're all together. KJ is nice enough to drive down from beautiful DeSoto, Texas, and we do this in person.
It's just better that way.
It is, although I think this is getting pretty good. Geez, you guys want to just jump right in? We got Thursday night football. Panthers Falcons. Excuse me. Well, it must be a good game. I'm already choking.
Is Christian McCaffrey back?
No.
Well, see you later.
He's not.
I
They got Teddy Two Gloves under center though, so they're all right.
Dude,
Yeah.
Ted Beasy.
I've got no taste or flavor for this game, if that makes sense. I'm just it's just milk toast to me. Raheem Morris, is he doing anything for you? The Falcons interim coach?
No. They
I'll watch
managed to
that
lose
roll.
They managed to lose a game last week where they had a 99.9% chance of winning again. So I can't say that Raheem Morris is going to be the savior. I will take credit for Christian McCaffrey in a bad way. I will call it the curse of Micah's Read of the Week, the newsletter. I featured an article about Christian McCaffrey's workout, the ways that he works out that he did with GQ that include some very embarrassing photos, as you recall. I had it set to publish on Sunday, and then he got hurt for the first time in his career, and now he's been out for 5 weeks or 6-8 weeks, however long it's been. So tough break for Christian, and I apologize on behalf of Micah's Read of the Week, the newsletter.
It's the dreaded high ankle sprain, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's a tough one. All Mavericks fans know that from the Dirk days. I'll watch this game just because I have a vested interest in Matt Rule.
Okay.
I think I like to think about what if.
Only
like,
for the rule, baby.
What if Jerry pulled his head out of his ass, instead of hiring McCarthy, hired Matt Rule? I know that was never even going to happen. He would have hired Lincoln Riley if he was going to go to the college ranks. But I like to think what this team might look like with a Matt Rule coach. And by this team, I mean the Cowboys. I'm pulling for him, man. I like him. He's done pretty well there. I don't think they're a playoff team, but they're gonna fuck around and be 8-8.
I can see that.
It's a fuego
Yeah.
take.
The Falcons are a cursed franchise, man. They just can't get out of their own way. What is the line in this game, by the way? I guess we're doing that later, but whatever it is. I mean, the Falcons are not good. They're probably going to lose by less than 3 points.
The line is 2 at the moment.
Okay.
I don't care. I'm back on I don't care. I'd be happy without football tonight. I just don't need this is one of these weeks we don't need a Thursday night game. Could we just move this to Sunday? Nobody cares.
Well, I'm looking at the Panthers wins. They beat the Chargers. They beat the Falcons. They beat the Cardinals. Cardinals by 10. Chargers by 5. Falcons by 7. They've lost to the Raiders by 4. The Bucks by 14, and then the Bears by 7. And I guess they lost the Saints by 3. So it's very difficult for me to get a beat on this team. But what I will say, and not to make this all about the Cowboys, which I know we don't want to do, the Panthers is what everyone should turn to and point at whenever they say, oh, well, the Cowboys didn't, they had a new coach. They had an off season without their install and getting used to a new system and blah, blah, blah. And their, star player went down. Like, Look at the Panthers in a much more difficult division. They're getting wins. They're beating teams that you lost to. I agree. Teddy Bridgewater is worth watching. DJ Moore is also stepping it up too. It is fun to watch him when he's cooking. So I'll have it on. Don't get me wrong. I just may also be in Verdansk while it's on.
Love that move. Let me say this. We talked about this on Monday's episode, but if you don't like tonight's game, just wait, because the Sunday night game and then subsequently the Monday night game are just epic. We've got Boys Eagles Sunday night.
Sunday night.
What was that?
Hit it again.
Sunday night.
What is that?
The great Al Michaels.
Is it?
Oh,
Yes.
He needs to not do that anymore. I think.
I think there's a reason they're phasing him out, right?
Are they?
I thought they were.
I guess somebody's getting 3 days off, or not 3 days, but it's like doing every other game because of COVID and whatnot. But I think that, I guess it's Al Michaels because Perico sits in every few games.
I'll say this. I just want to apologize because I know the Cowboys, they get all the primetime games, and most years they're at least competitive. This won't be competitive. They will lose by double digits. This will be one of the worst games you've ever seen. Ben DiNucci is throwing. I believe it's DiNucci. Have they announced that yet?
I believe so.
It's got to be DiNucci.
He's taking first team snaps, so yeah.
Dalton's head's still rolling on the field, so yeah, I don't think he's going to be back there taking snaps. But I apologize. This is going to suck. It'll be fun. It'll be a fun Twitter watch because like people will be just bitching about it and doing the memes in real time and whatnot. But sorry.
Yeah, I might not even watch that game, honestly. I don't really see the point.
You would love to talk about it on Monday, so if you don't mind, just popping it on.
All right.
Who's on Monday night, Dave? Tell us about the Monday nighter.
I don't even know. You went through like the next 4 or 5 on Monday, and they were just all turds.
It's Bucks at Giants, which I don't want to watch the Giants play ever. They stink.
Yeah.
But Tom Brady is there. I guess that's worth watching.
And
The Giants.
Antonio? I know he's been practicing. I don't know if he's playing yet, but I know he's practicing.
He's got to be out 8 games, so it's at least another week.
Good point. I forgot about the suspension. I was just thinking of
He can't start practicing until the suspension is over, but apparently he's working out in the facility now.
Gotcha. I just saw the quote from what is his name? You know what I'm talking about, their coach.
Bruce Arians.
Yeah, Bruce Arians. I'll
Let me
watch.
say this.
I mean, I'm lying if I say I won't watch, but not that invested.
Can I just say that I know this is like a year and a half old story, if not longer, but the fact that he went into a cryo machine without socks or any footwear of any kind and got frostbite on the bottom of his feet is one of the most unbelievable stories in sports ever. Like that's got to be the most absurd injury because not to brag, I've done cryo before. I think a couple of us have. They always tell you like you gotta put these on and these on. You gotta have your feet covered, because it's very, very cold. Unbelievable.
So think about
Is your piece covered when you do that, or is it just
You wear undies. Undies.
Undies don't really cut it though, do they? How thick are the gloves, man? That it seems like a really dangerous operation to me.
They're thick. You put like a little. If you don't want to wear your underwear, you can put a little mitten on over it.
Okay. Can I address this one real quick? So the number one of the 2022 class, I believe, the quarterback for Texas. What, Dave? Is that in quick tips or something?
It is in quick tips, but we can. Well, let's hit it.
Okay.
Let's
just
hit
hit
the
it
hot
out.
items. Yeah.
He decommitted from Texas. I don't really care. I'm not gonna get upset over how old is he? 16, 17 years old, a kid that doesn't want to play at Texas and might play for him and for them in a couple of years, and who knows how they're going to turn out. I don't really care at this point. I used to be very into recruiting at one point in my life, but who cares?
go ahead.
He's a South Lake kid. He kind of gives me I said this on Twitter when T-Man tagged me in this tweet, but he gives me OU vibes for some reason. He's got that Baker Chach gene, I think. So we'll see what happens.
I was hoping he'd go to Texas so he could be SMU's quarterback in 2025. So this is
fair.
to me.
Good point.
And eventually the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys.
Yes.
He in his Max Preps photo or one of those recruiting sites, he's got the bleach blonde Southlake kid hair.
He's got a bleach blonde mullet at some point. He's had that, and he was rocking that. So, yeah, we'll see.
He didn't look great against Duncanville last year as a sophomore. I'll just say it. They shut him down in the playoffs.
Everyone's been saying the kid's overrated anyway, so it's like whatever, you know.
He would have been the first 5-star recruit, I believe, since Vince Young, correct?
Yes.
In Texas.
No, they've had many 5 stars since then.
It might be the first 5-star quarterback.
Yeah,
quarterback. Yeah, Gary Gilbert was a 5-star.
Gary Gilbert was, National Player of the Year. But I did see an article that said that this kid is the highest rated quarterback since Vince. So
he's the number 1 recruit in the nation, so he's higher than everybody. So, yeah.
So was Gary Gilbert. Pony up.
Hey, he did great. Dallas Cowboys quarterback.
We didn't got a ring. Did you see the Cowboys re-signed Cooper Rush? I don't know if that was finalized. I saw that. I found that to be funny that going back to that one, get him on the practice squad.
I will Venmo $10 to anyone who can name Cooper Rush's college.
Chico State.
I couldn't pick him out of a lineup of 3 people. So
yeah, I'm with Dylan. If he walked into the washed office while we're recording on Monday with a shirt that said "I'm Cooper Rush," I'm still not sure I would know it was him.
You think he has that shirt?
I hope so. I would.
Cooper Rush.
I'm Cooper Rush with the Dallas Cowboys. If the Cowboys ever sign me to the practice squad, I will get that shirt.
Cooper Rush is an objectively good name.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like first team all name. Like I really wish he wasn't a practice squad guy.
Phenomenal arena football team name.
We got any more NFL stuff we got to get to?
We're middle of the season. Things are shaking out. We've got a lot of time to talk a lot of NFL, it seems like.
Do you want to talk about Dez? I mean, first of all, let me just say I don't want to talk about Dez, but you guys seem to want to. I guess now I'm skipping ahead to quick dips, but
yeah, it's noteworthy.
It's NFL news.
It's all fluid.
I still feel very confident he's going to have less than 1.5 touchdowns this season or for the rest of his career.
I think he's going to have less than 1.5 catches this season.
Ooh, I'll take that.
Fuego.
Count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, all of them. 5 touchdowns at some point, whether they be digital or in the NFL. We'll have 5 touchdowns.
I hope I'm wrong. I'm a big Dez guy. The guy hasn't played in 3 years. I don't know, and he was declining. He lost a step his last year. He did play, so I just don't see it.
Sounds rested. I love it.
Hungry. He got fresh legs.
Exactly. I don't love him wearing number 11 for Baltimore. Like, even if you're not going to wear 88, I guess 81 is what number is Mark Andrews? 84 or 81? I think 84.
I think he's 84.
But throw on an 80 number. Dropping down to 11 is I can't recall what he wore at Oklahoma State. If that's what he wore, that's fine. But it just looks a little strange, especially when he's standing next to Hollywood Brown wearing number 10. He's a good, 45 pounds heavier, 8 inches taller. It just looks strange to me.
I'll cry the first time he throws up the X.
I mean, it might be in practice when he's like,
prove it, DeFreeze.
Out of here, I blew another Achilles.
Oh, come on. Come on.
I mean, if you do cry, you have to photograph it to share it with the people.
I will.
Freestyle. Okay, good.
I will. Let's do college football. What's up, Randy?
Ohio State, Penn State is really the only ranked game this weekend. And we talked at length about the Penn State game of last week. So you got to think, is this Big Nude Saturday, Micah, or are they in the nighttime game?
I don't know. I think it's the evening game. I think this is the game day game.
That makes sense.
The late ABC game.
They watched some dollars walk out the door whenever Indiana won that game last week. It's just not a hot start for the Big Ten.
What's our ranked game this week? Ohio State, Penn State.
Correct.
Yeah.
And then
That's the
Okay.
only one.
Penn State
Yeah.
still. What's Penn State? 22. What did they drop to? No, it's SMU.
I think they're like 19th or something.
Doesn't matter. Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine. I mean, I'm kind of horny for Sun Belt football, so that's fine. I'll watch it. I'll watch a little bit of Big Ten. I'm bummed about Wisconsin.
Yeah, the Wisconsin has a COVID breakout. Their game versus Nebraska was canceled. The Big Ten has scheduled their games in a way that there will be no made-up games, which is kind of strange. Like, it's just considered a no contest. What's hilarious is that Nebraska tried to book a game against Chattanooga, and the Big Ten came in and was like, no, you can't do that. The Nebraska people are just so horny for a win that they tried to get Chattanooga on their schedule. And the Big Ten's like, no, we're not doing this. You're not facing those hillbillies.
What was the problem there? Like, is it just because it wasn't a Big Ten team? Like, is that what they're relegated to?
Those are the rules, I guess. The Big Ten they've really goofed this whole thing up from the jump, basically. But that's a whole nother topic for a whole nother discussion, I guess.
what value do you see that them playing Chattanooga having? In any
reps for the boys.
There's no television revenue that they're really gaining out of it. Like
An easy W on a shortened schedule season. I don't know.
Yeah, in a year that when you've got to play 10 conference games, you may not win more than one or two. It might be nice to have a third one.
OU's first game was a pay-per-view event, and I think a lot of people bought it. And I
feel like OU is on pay-per-view every year.
yes,
What is
Remember,
that?
2 or
Why they
3
get
years
away
ago,
with
there
that?
was a game that went to overtime, and I feel like we were with people. I forget where we were, but somebody was like, "Hey, the OU game just went to overtime. Does anybody want to pay $54 for it?" And we were like, "All right, fine. Let's watch the OT."
Was that Tech? No, OU Tech wouldn't be on.
No. It was a non-conference game. Like the first week of the year.
Yeah, I feel like I remember that. Yeah.
UT meanwhile is just so rich on the Longhorn network. There will never be a Big 12 network, and OU's got to put their games on pay-per-view. It's really a remarkable set of circumstances.
the Big 12 struck a deal with ESPN Plus where you can see three Big 12 volleyball games each year. Only
Wow.
ESPN Plus and the weekly Dave Aranda press conference on ESPN Plus.
There's a lot of good information coming in the YouTube comments here. People saying that Nebraska offered to pay for all of the extra Chattanooga testing. Chattanooga only had one game scheduled this season. Chattanooga gets paid. Allegedly, they had a harder, stricter testing schedule than the Big Ten. Who knows if any of that's true.
So,
Although the funniest comment is from my man Eddie Mack, who said that Alvarez tested negative today. So how long until he takes over without saying Christ or COVID is unfit, which is just hilarious.
because
The idea-
it has to be out 3 weeks is the thing.
I mean, there's got to be. I need that to happen. I need Alvarez to come out of the booth again.
That turtle to come out of his shell. With all due respect, J Paz, I don't really care that Chattanooga's getting paid here. Like, again, this has no value to the Big Ten. It's all risk. There's no nothing except for warm and fuzzies. Like, it makes no sense.
Man, I really love this next bullet point. It says 3 Miami, Ohio players suspended for frat fight. Now, if y'all remember that viral video of the guys who were mobbing at that house, who had COVID, it was the police like chest cam footage.
Yeah.
That was at Miami, Ohio. So I don't want to read the story. I'm just going to assume it was those exact kids from that house.
I was hoping you were going to say it was, and I was going to have my mind.
It has.
Let's just go with that. It probably is. It probably
Yeah.
is.
How
So
long
is
Is Will DeFreeze a Miami of Ohio graduate? I still never know.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
The Redbirds, I believe.
He just never talks
The
about
Red
it.
Hawks.
The Red something. Yeah, Red Hawks maybe.
I
No one
think
knows.
the enunciation's a little off, but I think that's it. The Red Hawks.
I read the article, Dylan.
Oh,
Not to burst your bubble, Dylan. I did read the article. Not a whole lot going on. The headline's good enough. 3 kids, they got in a frat fight.
As far as
TFM.
video,
You know,
as far as phone captured fight videos in 2020 goes, this was trash. Like, it wasn't particularly good. You couldn't really tell who was who. Nobody just gets absolutely wrecked, at least in my first viewing of it. If I'm going to see a football versus frat fight, I want to see somebody just get smoked and thrown through a wall.
The kid in that first viral video, the cop was like, "It says here you've tested positive for COVID." And the kid goes, "Oh yeah, we all have," and points at a house full of 15 people. What's going on here? Oh man, good shit.
They were just trying to mob.
That video was extra viral. Yeah, just mobbing.
I love it. Wrong button.
I'm just saying.
Oh yes.
Got to label these. I will say regarding frats versus football fights, there may be a wide receiver that plays on the Lions that was invited to and participating at a frat party when other football players showed up in the town of Lubbock. And the frat did not want to admit 2 or 3 of these other players. And said wide receiver did not take well to that, woke himself from his position and immediately started a fight with like 3 dudes from the inside of the house. Spilled out into the front of the house. It was just utter chaos. One of the greatest scenes I've ever seen in person. And from then on out, the whole "who do you know here" line, I was like, that's a triggering line to hear. It stings.
Can we get the? Can you give me like one letter in the Greek alphabet from the organization?
Oh, that part I don't recall. I'd have to I would have to look it up via Google Maps because I remember where it was located, but I don't know much more than that. I personally got in an altercation with a frat in San Marcos, actually, my very first time going down there. Is there a house or was there a house that was located right on an access road to of a highway in San Marcos?
Was it just like a house that like they partied at? It wasn't like an actual fraternity house?
Letters on the front of it. I know that for a fact, but it wasn't adjacent to campus. So that's what throws me off. But at some point, yeah,
You got involved.
I won't admit any felonies here, but altercations occurred both there and in other properties. I don't know.
Hell yeah.
Were the boys mobbing?
It wasn't pleasant for some parties.
Oh,
Don't get into Lubbock, though. We did have one player get stabbed and the knife pierced his colon. Safety Anthony Hines. I mean, it's online. You can find that story, but that was not with the frat person. That was with a guy in a bar. So football fights, never great.
Jeez. Sheesh. Dylan, before I'm gonna double down on the Southlake kid. I don't know if you saw this, but he's been moved from cool to warm for Ohio State.
Oh, is that right? Okay.
Per my sources. So at least it's not OU. I don't know.
For no reason at all, I think he ends up at OU. I mean, if you're a blue chip quarterback prospect, you have to. I hate giving credit to OU, but you have to at least consider OU, don't you? I mean, what they're doing with quarterbacks is a little stupid. I hope that doesn't happen. Hope he comes back to Texas, but whatever.
I like what they've done so far, but with that freshman they got, Spencer, he looks a little rattled at times.
Come on, man.
Damn.
At times. He's a freshman. We'll give him a break. Hey, did you guys watch the World Series?
Oh, my.
I sure did. Yeah. Dodgers in 6.
Just like we said.
2 main storylines from the series. First one being that Cash pulled Snell, and was it the 6th, I believe? After giving up his second hit, obviously no runs, and he was only 73 pitches in.
Well, you got to save him for game 8. So
yeah, after the game, his excuse was, or his reasoning was, he didn't want Betts and the heart of the lineup to see him for a third time, which is just dumb. He's just pulling shit out of his ass. It doesn't make much sense.
No, when you everybody who's pitched that.
Starting pitchers are built to go the distance. A terrible, terrible decision. I mean, right when it happened, I know our text group blew up. I think Dave was the first one to chime in, being like, "Why is he pulling Snell?"
Baseball guy.
No, really stupid. Really stupid. They lost the game, And then Justin Turner mysteriously is pulled during the 9th. Turns out he tested positive for COVID. I don't know when he was tested or when the test results came in, but a weird time to pull him. And then he's on the field after the game without a mask on, like posing for pictures and shit. The whole thing is weird. I don't know what the hell happened there.
On the Snell thing first, I want to first say he might be top 5 all time. Voice doesn't match the face. Because Snell has the look of a guy who would be able to stop by and fix like my HVAC system.
Yeah.
However, his voice, I might see him get like, 6 to 10 bars on a Travis Scott mixtape or something. I have no idea. But obviously, everyone's learned that I don't know shit about shit when it comes to baseball. But from what I did read, like my understanding of how Tampa has built their team and deployed their roster or their pitchers basically throughout the year has been to heavily rely on analytics and then heavily rely on a combination of pitchers and not go the traditional, give me 6, give me 7, and then bring in, reliever or middle reliever later in the game. And so if that's how they've been running their 60-game season and that's how they got there with, what was it, like the 27th largest payroll or however you want to phrase that, it's hard for me to say, hey, that decision you made in that game is the reason you lost, if it's also the reason you got to that point in the season. So,
yeah. But anybody watching that game who knows anything about baseball, I mean, he was pitching very, very well.
Right.
His stuff was electric
until he shows otherwise. And the hit that he gave up right before he was pulled was just a single to, I believe, center field. It wasn't like it wasn't a double off the wall or anything like that. It was weird. I mean, he was pitching well. You gotta ride the hot hand, especially in that situation. It was weird. I get the whole analytics thing, but at some point you have to just go with like what's working for you. And he was dealing.
Hey, I would be remiss if I didn't point out that I think our stream's getting rated because I'm watching the views kind of pop up, and I'm like, what's happening? I don't know if somebody sent out a tweet, but
in baseball,
I'm not sure who Alonso's score is, but to back up that fact, Dave, he said, "Where am I and who are you people?" So perhaps
some
fishy people.
Too much. Maybe subscribe.
Maybe it's just my hot baseball takes that were bringing everybody in, but I don't think that's what it is.
So the Justin Turner point here. Micah, your thoughts? David, your thoughts? I don't want to go off the rails and lose track here.
Man, has anybody been testing positive like on the team, like since any staff, anybody? Like you have to think somebody will. You think his wife probably will, right?
Are they still testing at this point? I mean, everyone just goes home, right?
Like, would you have heard of it? And do they have an obligation to tell you if they did?
They got to put him on a different plane, or they got to find a way to isolate the guy. I guess I don't know. My bigger issue is how does the COVID test not come down until the 7th inning? He has to leave the game. Like how are we doing this? And apparently there was a first test that came out like the 3rd inning, and they raced to get the second test, which confirmed it, and it came down to the 7th. But like, what? How does that work? How do we not have the test before the game starts?
I have no idea.
The craziest thing is that the baseball, after the first 2 weeks where you had the Cardinals and the Miami team just, going to parties and everybody getting COVID, they had gone totally clean the rest of the year and throughout the playoffs. And if this would have broken, and if this game goes to a game 7, what do you do? I mean, baseball got very lucky that the Dodgers managed to finish in game 6. But like, how does that happen? Do you think he tested positive in like the 4th inning, and some clubhouse guy was supposed to go down and tell him, and just like got lost for like 3 innings?
Back around in the lineup.
Yes, this is what I like. I like this theory.
I'm generally out on conspiracy theories, but I would believe anything associated with this.
Man, this poor Alonso fella is just so confused in the comments. Look at his last one. Like,
it's okay.
We are.
Dude, yeah. Just settle in and just Take it in, buddy.
What's
He's
up,
not even
player?
American.
The globalists have invaded the
Oh.
chat. On
Hey! Let me say this. I just want to say, I generally don't like to speak in hypotheticals or even entertain them. But what if Nelly Cruz tested positive for COVID mid Game 6? What if? It's just a big what if.
he doesn't fall into the Gulf.
Andy Chavez is out there. We don't have to deal with the Cardinals. Oh, what if, man? We just didn't have it. We went to the World Series at the wrong time. We picked the wrong. We needed to hold off for a pandy.
I
A pandy.
I mean, the Arlington economy did benefit from the pandy. So
that's true.
Dude, say what you want about the Shed. Everybody I know that went to a game absolutely loved it. Said it's an awesome stadium inside.
that seemed to be sort of the unanimous feedback amongst players and media members and everybody who was there, that it's cool.
Anytime you get a lot of national pub for the boomstick, I'm all for it. Last note on that, on the Justin Turner thing, I think you guys have hit all the main points. The only issue I have or question, because ultimately everyone's looking at this like, well, the defense was, how are you going to stop this guy from going out and celebrating? They're young, they get to make the decision. My only personal soapbox issue with it is that it's different if he's making that decision amongst the other players and they were in a contained environment with just the other players, like players' families, not just his own wife who we saw out there. Other players' families were out there. Like he's making that decision for people that he shouldn't get to make that decision for. It's one thing to only live your life not knowing if you're spreading it. It's a whole different situation when you've been deliberately told and confirmed that you are now like actively spreading it. And then you go out there and for him to say, well, this is a special moment, he should get to celebrate. I'm like, people have missed every special moment between, how many mail-ins have you done about shifted weddings and, people's or family events? Like people have been dealing with this for months. Like to be that selfish on national TV, I think it's a little irresponsible, but again, very preachy, but it is what it is.
Pull the mask off too. Like he took the mask off and he was sitting there just cutting up with everybody. It was a weird look. I don't know. I still don't know what the hell happened there.
He could have come out masked up and like kept his distance and everybody been like, that sucks to see. I fully get it and I fully respect. And then individually players could have chosen to go over there and been like, this is too special. We want him a part of it. But like maybe not while like Kershaw's kids are running around 2 feet from you. Like, I don't know, man. Anyhow, that's all I got. That's my COVID talk on that.
All right, let's hit some quick dips.
We did baseball. Good job, man.
We did great baseball. No one's jumped into it like we had. Quick dips. We've done a couple of these. We could just start. Tony La Russa getting hired. That is widely panned. I don't really know what he's got left. Isn't he like very old? He's got to be 76.
He is in fact 76. Yeah.
He's not a young man anymore.
Younger than the presidential candidate. So.
Well, and he is of course a big fan of the president, which
Sleepy
Twitter,
Tony.
Twitter made a lot of comments about Sleepy Tony La Russa coaching a team that has many Latino ball players and being a huge MAGA person. We'll see how it works out.
I call him Stony La Russa.
Okay. You think his feet can touch the ground?
Like he could tell you all about a good Oklahoma breakdown if you need him to. No one gets that. A handful of people. And I apologize.
I used to jam that song all the time, Dave.
It was a good song. Okay, we got to talk Dallas Stars. They have introduced a new jersey, and I am going to put it up right now.
So a lot of hockey guys, traditionalists, probably should say, don't like it. I'm not a hockey guy. I love it. I think it's tight. But again, I'm a novice. So what do you think? You're the Stars guy.
It's not something I would want to see every night, but I think this is a cool change of pace. I'm a fan of the neon Baylor basketball uniforms that they roll out every now and then, and these are kind of similar. These are going to look real badass when they turn the lights down and they're skating on the ice with Pantera blaring in the background. I'm cool with it. Now I don't know about all like the futuristic marketing. It kind of creeps me out, and I know it's supposed to be like a city issue type deal. I wish there was some skyline on there, but whatever. I'm cool with it.
Like the chili, you want chili on the logo?
Yeah.
I would
What's
say
Micah doing?
the Mavericks had, by all accounts, a successful season, and they ran out there in uniforms that were 100 times worse than these. In uniforms that by the end of the season, most people were okay with. While these aren't traditional in any form or fashion, like they're just fine as alternate uniforms. If nothing else, like they push the envelope a little bit forward. I don't think they're as tacky as like the new Falcons jerseys look, like very.
Oh, those are trash.
But nobody's doing this look in hockey. Shout out to, I'm going to butcher his name, Pete Blackbird. Was doing his stream the other day talking about the Minnesota Wild's uniforms, and I was like, that's a team that needs to pivot their look. Like the Stars I felt were good, but a team like that needs to be like, all right, shit, we'll just go hot, neon purple and embrace like the Prince look, and that'll just be our whole bit.
Love it.
Shout out the Stars for being forward thinking.
The one thing you can do in hockey is just make the arena super dark, and like they could just make like blue lights, because you can do anything you want. It's sort of a darker arena than it is in basketball. So they could really use those stupid neon jerseys for their advantage.
Agree.
Tron the whole time.
Yeah, really go for it. Shouts again. We should also roast. We don't have a picture, but the new Brooklyn Nets jerseys are just fucking atrocious. Have you guys seen those?
I thought they were jerseys, though, right?
It's like a leaked alternate, and it literally looks like somebody's child.
We'll pull it up on Monday. I've got some thoughts there. Their editions need some attention.
Dude, that is unbelievably bad.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
they're
want to
bad.
see put it up.
Let's save it for Monday. We'll get it on Monday.
Unless you can pull it that quick.
Let's get the horny report. Let's just go right to dip picks.
What?
You cool with that?
Well, I'd like to get H for just 1 sec if I could.
Let's get H.
As mentioned, today is day 29 of Whole 30. And your boy is going in on WAPFest 2020. That stands for Wings and Pizza Saturday night. Boom.
Let's go. Halloween night. Let's go.
Getting big.
Wait, is this like a?
Damn.
Dude, you're gonna undo like a whole week of Whole 30 in one night.
100%.
I'm so excited for you.
Yeah, thank you.
You'll be fine. You'll be fine. Let's
I
do
don't
some
like
quick
Doc-
dips.
I was like, Doc.
Hey, I think that would be a solid little Halloween costume. We should have thought about that.
Yeah. I don't know if he's well enough known to like.
He pulled like 1 million people watching his streams.
Okay.
Maybe not in our circle, but I think he's up there. On my H report, I will fully dive in and just say it's Saturday night. We've got Halloween. Boys are going to be mobbing. Chicks are going to be looking great. Like, we're getting out there and doing it, right? It's going to be awesome. Yeah, chicks are looking great. It's not a line. Like, you can tell I've been fucking married and locked down for months. Let's check back in like 10 days and see how this Halloween went. Your boy's not up there. I am let's call it 1, 2, 3, 4 bonerific emoji lotion emojis for Halloween on a Saturday night in a pandy. How about that?
I am
Saturday night.
I'm 5 out of 5 candy corns about taking the little guy trick or treating. Can't wait.
Oh man, that tail is gonna be dirty AF by the end of the night.
Oh yeah. This is gonna be a one and done costume, I think. It's not gonna survive one season.
You should frame it, put it on your wall like a jersey swap, because it's such a tremendous costume.
I'm 3.5 eggplant emojis for putting on that cowboy hat again and just walking around my house pretending like I'm Waylon Jennings for the night.
The hat goes, Dave. That needs to be a regular hat that you just wear, and not just a costume.
I don't think you would like me very much if I just went to meet you out for a beer and I'm cowboy hat guy.
I'm gonna get a black one, Dave.
Doc, do it.
We'll see about it. Yes, a hat, to be clear. Thank you, KJ.
Let's do it.
It's the Mocha Clappuccino himself.
Ew. So gross.
Dib picks. Diving back in. Once again, I went to the analytics shed, pulled out all of the numbers. Again, Micah still in the lead. However, all three of you went 5-5 last week. Dylan, the one and only of you three that hit your big boy stack. I went 4-6. Also hit my big boy stack on the year. For those following at home, David, you are 36-44, pulling in at 45%. Dylan, not too far away from there, 38-42. 38-42 at 47.5%. Micah, a whopping 57.5% at 46-34. I'm almost dead even once again at 39-41 on the year at 48%. So yeah, that breaks down your leaders. Tonight's game, Falcons at Panthers. Panthers are favored by 2 at home.
Give me the Panthers. Give me the Panthers big.
I think sorry, go ahead.
I will stick with Atlanta here, but go ahead.
Ooh.
I think the Falcons lose by 1 point, therefore they cover.
I'm riding with the Panthers. What Matt Rule's done in a short amount of time is nothing short of a miracle. Did the same thing at Baylor, although he did go like 1-15. What did he do? Went like 1-11 his first year. I don't know how many games they play. Who fucking cares?
It'd be hard to play 16 in his first year, but
Yeah, no, they had a lot of exhibition games.
A lot of Chattanooga games.
Off the books games, they count.
Speaking of off the books, we didn't have the line here, but I have it. Cincy is favored 6.5. Number 7 Cincy at home versus Memphis.
Can I just say, I didn't do an H report. This game is what I'm horniest for because this game is going to be fantastic. I've adopted SMU, and so I've gotten to see both these teams. And let me say, this is going to be good. I'm riding with Cincy.
I'm riding with Cincinnati as well. I like the over. A lot of points here.
Oh, yeah.
I know nothing about either team, and just to fade you guys, I will go Memphis on this one.
Since SMU has already defeated Memphis, we are rooting for Memphis here. Need a little parity. Bring Cincinnati on down. Or should I root for them to continue winning and win out, and then you lost a top 10 team? Either way, I need Cincy to lose. Texas at Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State's only favored by 3.5 at home. And in that stadium that holds like, I don't know, 60,000, them having about 15,000 in there is quite loud. Some people say you can hear TV from the grave. I will take Texas to cover.
Are they going to wear Oklahoma State, that is, like some spooky Halloween-themed jerseys? They got the colors for it. It's going to be a spooky atmosphere, and I am taking, I hate to do it, Oklahoma State.
Oh, Dylan. Not only is this my big boy stack, I've officially put Oklahoma State on upset alert. Officially.
God damn.
Texas, although they didn't look great against Baylor, it seems like they've got the eyes of Texas thing behind them. They're moving in the right direction. I'm riding with Texas, man. This is prime for Ellinger upset.
Okay.
I like Oklahoma State.
Hope you're right, David.
All right.
I hope you are too. I dislike Mike Gundy more than just about anybody else in America. So,
But he's a man. What are you talking about?
I love that. Have you seen that video?
Yeah, I saw that one.
Why does McConaughey do the horns like this? Why doesn't he do it like everybody else?
I don't know.
You see that blue light?
It's a halo responsibility. Ohio State at Penn State. Penn State is getting 12.5 at home. This is the college football game of the week, I believe. Yeah, it is not Big Nude Saturday. Micah, you're correct. That's a lot of points, but I don't think it's enough. Give me Ohio State.
Penn State. Bounce back game for them.
Penn State with the points.
What do we have? 12.5. I'm on Penn State as well.
Okay.
Penn State they should have won the game last week. We talked about it a lot, but they really dominated Indiana. I think there's some value there.
I don't know. Let's see. I will. I don't know why this game is on here, but hey, I will pick it. Navy at SMU. SMU needing a rebound game at number 22, getting or favored by 13 at home. Navy is getting 13. Has not been as good this year, but SMU can beat Navy. They don't often, but if they do, it's not going to be by 13. I will take Navy to cover.
Wow. I was considering this as one of my big boy stacks picks of the week. I like the ponies, and I like them by 3 touchdowns.
Okay. I love it.
I got Navy. I just don't have much faith in SMU's quarterback. For you, KJ.
Yes.
I'm just saying.
Oh, man.
Just say it.
David.
I'm riding with the ponies. Navy hasn't been they haven't been great this year, right? Not that I'm like ever watching Navy closely, but I feel like I'm not hearing much. So
No, Navy was the team notably who played, I believe it's Air Force to start the year, or no, BYU to start the year, and their coach came out and said he did not tackle in the offseason due to COVID, and it showed. But they've played better, but they're not playing well this year.
me and the boys have been tackling each other.
I'm sorry, you want to say that one more time?
Nothing.
Rams at Dolphins. Dolphins getting 3.5 points at home versus the Rams. David.
Dude, I'm riding with the Rams. The Rams looked scary the other night.
Is
it Tua? Is it Tua for sure?
First start.
It is Tua.
Dylan.
Aaron Donald's going to destroy that kid.
I am also taking the Rams. Yeah, pray for Tua here. Aaron Donald's going to turn himself into a backpack again and just jump on his back and ride him into the dirt.
I just envisioned like a transformer, like jumping in the air and folding up. And then
He's great, man.
Micah.
I love Miami. I think Miami is good. I think Tua is going to play well. Love the 0.5 point all in on the Dolphins this week.
Yeah, give me the Rams. Jalen Ramsey got a pick. He's back in Florida. I don't see this going any other way but the Rams. What some might say game of the week, Steelers at Ravens. Ravens are favored by 4 at home, so just above a pick 'em, basically.
4 is too many. This is a field goal game. I think Pittsburgh might win the game straight up, so I'll take Pittsburgh.
Dylan?
I agree with Micah so much that this is my big boy stack of the week. I am taking Pittsburgh to cover.
Oh,
Wow. Big. God damn.
Wow.
Let's go.
That is yikes. Okay.
4 points surprises me. I'm riding with Pittsburgh.
All right. Okay. I said I would never pick against Pittsburgh again, if for no other reason than to respect one Keita. But no, I have no faith in Lamar Jackson. Unless Dez is out there starting, I don't have faith in Lamar Jackson to beat the Steelers in this game. In general, yes, but not in this game. Give me Pittsburgh.
Concur.
Niners at Seahawks. No Deebo Samuel. Mostert's out. Niners still banged up, but I think Brandon Ayuk is back. Seahawks at home with Carlos. Well, Carlos Dunlap won't be able to play, but he'll be there in the next couple weeks. I'll take Seahawks at home.
What's the line? 3 points?
3.
By 3, yeah.
I'm on Seattle.
I'm all over Seattle on this one.
Why do I feel like Seattle always plays close games?
They do.
God. I'm going to ride with Seattle.
Back-to-back games, whole squad on the same team. Saints at Bears. Bears getting 4.5 at home. After Nick Foles trashed his coach and fucking, who was it? Brian Greasy fucking told a little too much. Talked about Nick Foles saying, yeah, well, sometimes Matt Nagy calls plays that we just don't have the time to run. Like the play doesn't develop in time. So we have that problem. And Greasy was not supposed to say that.
Why do you do him like that?
But give me the Bears here. I'll take the Bears.
I'll do the Saints. They're getting healthy. I think the Bears still are trash. And that one's for you, Randy.
Dan, the Bears are getting 4.5. I'm riding with the Bears. This feels like a Drew Brees just looks terrible game. I don't know why. I have that feeling though.
If Michael Thomas doesn't get me some damn fantasy points this week, I'm going to lose my freaking mind. I'm taking the Saints -4.5.
Hell yeah.
Thomas is back. Confirmed.
I believe so. Yeah.
And I think Emmanuel is cleared from COVID. I'm sticking with the Bears, though. Okay. We do have the Sunday night football game to pick.
Sunday night.
Dallas Cowboys. Philadelphia Eagles. The Eagles are favored by 9.
Oh, my God. That's ugly.
9 points at home.
9?
Couple things to consider here. Alshon Jeffrey practiced today. One team is getting healthier. Can't say so much about the other. Where are we at? I think David, you're back up starting.
Philly stinks. Dallas stinks way worse. Again, their quarterback is what is he, a 6th-round rookie out of, I don't even know where, Pittsburgh State? It's not Pittsburgh
He's from
State.
James Madison.
Yeah. Whatever. Ben DiNucci, sorry, man. I can't. I'm riding with the Eagles.
I'm taking the Eagles too.
He did 3 years at Pitt for the record. But yeah, he graduated from JMU. Look, the Eagles shouldn't be favored by 9 points over anybody. Look for the boys to get back in the playoff hunt. No, they're going to lose.
Where's the flag?
They're going to lose, but not by 9. I got the boys to cover.
I'm just saying.
Damn.
Wow. Okay. To confirm, Dylan, you said you had the Steelers +4 for your big boy. Is that correct?
That is correct.
All right. I have not picked. All the reasons you guys just said, I don't think that the Cowboys have anything left in the tank. However, until I see the Eagles do something, I will, for the first time this year, pick the Dallas Cowboys. And I will make it my big boy stack because on Sunday night, we're going to be out there saying, give me the nooch the whole game long. All night long.
I don't think we're going to be saying that. I really don't.
I think so. That is my big boy stack. Give me the Cowboys this week.
Oh, my goodness.
Let's go, KJ.
Oh, that's all I got. Oh, Cowboys. Cowboys fan, right into this guy.
We got everybody's BBS.
I think so.
I
like
North Carolina.
Oh,
they are 6.5-point favorites against Virginia. I think they're going to win by 2 touchdowns.
all right. So you're taking North Carolina to cover there. Oh, we do not have. Did you announce that your big boy stack, David?
Yes, the Longhorns.
Yes.
Over the Pokes. I hate to do it. You know I love my Pokes, but I've got them on upset alert.
I will throw out this game here for people to keep an eye on. Kansas State is ranked like 17th or something, maybe higher than that. And I don't even know right now. But Kansas State's played absolutely lights out all year. They're on the road against West Virginia, and West Virginia is favored by 3.5.
That one stood out to me too. West Virginia stinks. I was surprised by that line.
I just don't see that going any other way except for Kansas State grinding one out. Now, again, Kansas State did lose their starting quarterback for the year, but even without him, they beat that shit team called TCU. So I'd keep my eye on that too. But again, I'm riding with Cowboys from a big boy stack.
Damn.
He did that. Let's go.
If he's going down in flames.
All right. We got anything else? Let these people get to this Falcons game.
I'm done.
Falcons already up 3-0. By the way,
3-0.
Oh. Mm. Okay.
All right. We'll keep
Let's
an eye
call
out.
Guys,
Sunday night.
bye-bye.
I had to play it again.
I want my chips with the dip. That's all I know. I don't want my chips plain. I want my chips with the dip. So bring them dips.